What is up, guys? Doing my video a little bit differently this morning. As you can see, I'm actually on my way to work right now. There's a method to my madness. There's a good reason I'm doing that. As a lot of you know, I'm going to the UFC this weekend, so during my lunch break today, I'm going to be having to use it to run errands. I need to get my oil changed, as I'm going to be driving over 700 miles each way. We tried our best to find a couple of round-trip flights, but they just weren't making any sense. For one, they were very expensive, which is not all about the money. We could have afforded it, but the layovers were massive, and we couldn't. Everything that we saw, it was leaving out early Saturday morning, and then you would get to like Pennsylvania or somewhere, and then there was like a 8-hour layover or a 10-hour layover or whatever before you made the final trek into Boston. And we just can't do that. We have to be there by a certain time. You know, the fights start around, the early prelims start around, I think, 6 in the evening. So the whole layover thing just wasn't an option for us, and we just couldn't find the right fit. So we're driving. And it's almost time for me an oil change anyway. So seeing as how we're going to be that far away from home, I figured good time to go ahead and get the oil change before we make a long trek up north like that. But anyway, so that's why I'm doing my video this morning as opposed to in the afternoon. So yeah, things are going good. Had a good talk yesterday. Got a couple of things off of my chest. That felt kind of good. And, you know, I actually said on my video, like, so by the way, I hope my phone stays. It's actually in one of those phone stands that suctions to your dashboard and then you put the phone in it. But sometimes I have found that the suction does not last all that long. So if I hit like a crazy bump, there's a good chance you guys are going to go toppling down. If that happens, I apologize. I will readily stand it back up so that you are not facing the foot of my floorboard or something, however you end up landing. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Anyway, my video will probably be a little bit shorter this morning. I just kind of wanted to recap. I've explained on my last couple of videos the last few days that I would likely use some kratom when I went out of town. A lot of people didn't like that. I wouldn't say they didn't like it as much as, you know, folks were trying to encourage me to not use it, you know, that sort of thing. But if there is one thing that no one can accuse me of on this channel, it's just not being honest. I've always been honest. I've always been brutally honest, brutally transparent with you guys. And that's been from day one, right out of the gate. And, you know, even when I first began to make this channel, I was very open and honest about the fact that I wasn't planning on coming off of kratom forever, long term. You know, and when you talk about long-term recovery, you know, people who are addicts, there's levels to it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I've never had any negative consequences in my life regarding drugs. I'm not saying that. But it's been very few, and I feel like it's been less than a lot of people, if that makes sense. I've always been a person that when things got a little bit out of control, I've been able to kind of reel it back myself, dial it back my own self without any real outside help, and get to a place where, you know, I'm using something moderately. And I've always been able to do that, and I don't anticipate that changing at age 47. I'm a pretty disciplined guy. I haven't always been. You know, when I was a younger man especially, I was not always that disciplined. But that's something that, just like anything else in life, it takes a little time. Now, is everyone out there able to remain disciplined in life, and especially the way it is, how it relates to using drugs? Absolutely not. and I've stated that on this channel a million times. You know, I know that there are people out there that just do not have the ability to moderate themselves. They do not have the ability to just not go fully down that rabbit hole when it comes to substance use and using mind-altering substances, right? And I concede to that. And so I've expressed the last couple of days that, you know, my biggest thing is that I don't want to be that person that leads other people astray. And if you know, I said yesterday that I don't know why everybody subscribed to my channel. And I actually had a couple of people answer that. And I know I had one of my subscribers named Candace say that, you know, it's motivating, that I'm a very brutally honest person, and that's motivating. And she knew that I didn't necessarily ask for that, but basically that, you know, people are motivated and inspired by that. And I appreciate that. That's super humbling. And I appreciate that as a compliment. And that's what I want to be on here. But, you know, I also stated that, hey, I don't know why everyone subscribed to my channel, but if you subscribe to my channel hoping that I was going to be one of those people that was going to openly maintain long-term recovery and was going to forever and a day stay off of Kratom and never touch it again, then I may not be your guy. You know, and if that's the way you feel, and you've happened up on my channel, and now that I'm saying that I'm probably going to use some Kratom this weekend, and you're disappointed by that, and you feel like there's a chance I could cause you to stumble in the future because you're looking at long-term sobriety, then maybe you should just hit the unsubscribe button. And I didn't mean that as a big F you to people. That's not what I was doing. I'm just not that type of dude. I would love to have everyone as a subscriber. But if it's going to be one of those things where you feel like it's going to cause you to slip, you feel like it's going to take you off of and away from your long-term goals in terms of sobriety, then I might not be your guy, and you might want to unsubscribe, and you're welcome to do that. Especially if you're going to be a person who every time I use, oh man, oh, you shouldn't have done, don't do it, you know, or every time I talk about it, because that's what I do on here, I talk about it. If I'm planning on using this weekend, you guys have been with me on the journey the whole way from when I was just coming off of the MIT extracts a few months ago to when I was taking 14, 15 grams of Kratom every day, and then from my taper off of Kratom powder all the way down to where I came completely off. I gave you guys a perfect blueprint on how to do that, on how to come completely off of Kratom, right? And if you've been with me the whole time and you see that now I've come completely off of it, but that I'm not planning on staying completely off of it 100% of the time, and that's disappointing to you, I mean, you're welcome to hit the unsubscribe button. You know, no offense to anybody. I still love you, still wish the best for you, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And I had a couple of people take me up on it. No shit. Yeah, I actually dropped a couple of subscribers yesterday. I was like, okay, well, I guess that's on me for telling everybody that, hey, if you don't like it, hit the unsubscribe button, But I thought that was interesting because I know, a couple of the people that have kind of been on my case about, no, don't do it, don't use. If you do, you should wait a while, or that's a slippery slope, or you shouldn't, whatever. I know a lot of those people, interestingly enough, they're not completely sober. I mean, I know I've gotten a couple of messages from people that were trying to tell me, no, don't take Kratom, but I know for a fact they're using all kinds of other stuff. They're not using Kratom, but they're using all kinds of other stuff. I'm like, come on, man, don't speak out of both sides of your mouth, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to speak out of both sides of my mouth, I don't want to act one day or say one thing as though I'm looking into long-term recovery from kratom, and then turn around and speak out of the other side of my mouth saying that but I just want to take it every once in a while. No, I do just want to be able to take it every once in a while. And, maybe I'll be exposed. Maybe I'll make a fool of myself. Maybe 3 months from now, if you continue watching the channel, we'll be having the same conversation again about me trying to taper off of kratom because I done went down that freaking rabbit hole again like an idiot. And if that's the case, and if that happens, then I guess two things will happen. You'll have your answer as far as to whether I was just being an idiot drug addict, and I'll have my answer about whether I can actually control my kratom use or not. And my thought process is I have to be able to control it. I have to, because if I can't control it, then I'm going to end up being like I was the last time, to where I got to where I was taking it every day, multiple times per day, and then I had periods of withdrawal and then post-acute withdrawal when I didn't take it. I can't do that. I've got too much responsibility. I've got a family that I have to take care of. I have a job. I have all of these things that I have to take care of. So going down that path again is not an option for me. And if that were to happen, then that is going to be a clear and present, definitive answer for me that, nah, dude, you just can't take it. You can't take kratom. You can't take kratom. I'm not one of these people that's come off of kratom and then went back on it, and then come off and back on, and come off and back on, and come off and back on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different times. I haven't done that. Prior to this time quitting, I've only quit kratom one time before. So I'm stubborn as fuck. I'm stubborn as fuck. I don't like to do anything else in life, and I'm healthier than 95% of people out there. I eat healthy, I exercise, I have healthy relationships, and it's one of those things of, by golly, kratom is legal, and I don't like to do anything else. I don't like weed, I don't like drinking, I don't like anything else. And yeah, I could just be absolutely 100% sober, but I don't want to do that either. I like to enjoy the the mood lift from time to time. So it is what it is. And I will say this, I dropped a couple of subs yesterday afternoon, which I found very interesting. And sorry to see you go, but if you're the type of person that you're using something yourself, which pretty much everyone that happened on my channel, let me put it this way. People who are into long-term recovery, meaning AA, NA, all those people, you don't really have a lot of business on my channel. Just to be completely honest. I mean, if you're one of those people that your thing is long-term recovery, 100% abstinence, I can never use anything again as long as I walk the face of the earth, no mind-altering substances, then obviously you shouldn't be on my channel, right? But if you're not part of the NA and AA community, and you're more about just making sure that you maintain a healthy relationship with any substance that you do decide to use, then you got the right guy. You got the right guy. So, because I don't want to see anyone out there twisted and their lives swirling down some rabbit hole because of something like kratom. And there are people out there that are unable to control their use. That's obvious, and for those people, I might not be your channel, because I don't want to cause you to slip and fall. If I'm one of the people that is a little more mature in body and mind and spirit, and I'm able to, you know, maintain some measure of control over something like Kratom to where my life just doesn't spiral out of control with it. But then you're the type of person that absolutely cannot use Kratom without using 50, 60 grams a day of it. Then you probably should get your ass up and go to AA or NA or one of those places to where you can practice 100% abstinence, you know. And I think there's a lot of people out there, and I've known people that have at a very young age just gone so far down the rabbit hole of substance abuse that they just got smart early and were like, oh, I can't do this. I obviously can't do this. It's better for me to be 100% completely abstinent. And I do believe in my heart of hearts that there are people out there that should have made that decision, did make the decision, and probably the best thing they ever made, best decision they ever made for their lives. So I want to be clear, I'm not speaking against long-term recovery, 100% abstinence. I'm not speaking against those things. What I am saying is, it's not for everyone. And even if it is for everyone who we would consider an addict, there's a bottom line here. Everybody ain't gonna do that shit. Even if they should, everybody ain't gonna do it. You know, and there are people out there that probably should, but ain't gonna do it. And they're gonna live their lives the way they want to live their lives. And that's where I come in. That's where I come in. You know, teaching people and trying to help people learn that, you know, there's a way for you to live your life where, and if you develop certain elements of discipline in your life, you know, you can live your life without using something and just going down an absolute freaking wormhole of death, you know. And if you're not a person that can do it, and you have some sort of addictive disorder that keeps you from doing that, then maybe you should go into some long-term recovery program. It just is what it is. But anyway, I actually gained a subscriber back too. I lost a couple of subscribers, but then I gained one. So really, my subscribers are roughly about the same as they were yesterday. But I did notice after I dropped that video, right out of the rip, after about maybe 2 hours or so after I posted the video, I dropped 3 subscribers. I was like, damn, okay, all right. People like, oh man, yeah, people are like that, bro. They, you know, okay, well, yeah, hell, I will. You know, I suggested you shouldn't use, and you're still talking about using. So yeah, unsubscribe. Okay, you know. I hate that you subscribed to my channel in the first place under false pretenses that you were thinking I was going to remain forever and ever and ever off of Kratom, because that was never something I was interested in doing. I'm all about doing it responsibly, but I'm also all about living my life the way I want to live my life, because you only get to live it once, you know. And obviously, if it gets to a point where, you know, I obviously just can't use it without just going hella overboard every second of the day, then, you know, it is what it is. I'll readdress that, you know, and then I'll continue to be transparent on this channel, and I'll come back with my tail tucked between my legs, and I'll say, you know what, all of those of you that told me that I shouldn't use it, that it was a slippery slope, that you're playing with fire, all of you that told me that, you were right. Sorry I didn't listen to you, and I'm gonna listen to you now. I'll do that, because that's the kind of transparency you get on this channel. That's the type of guy I am. You know, I feel like the best way I have to help you guys is to be completely honest with you about everything, right? And that's what I've done, and I'll continue to do that. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of my video. I'm getting close to work. My wife just called me. I need to hit her back up real quick. have to get my oil changed during lunch today. Won't be able to make a video. Won't be able to make one this evening. And then tomorrow, I'm only working a half day. I'm leaving at 12 o'clock. I'm going to go home, get all my bags, get everything that I need to get together, throw it in the car. And my son and I are going to hit the road, and we're heading to Boston. So wish me luck. I hope that Sugar Sean O'Malley doesn't end up on the mat with Sterling attached to his back the whole time. I hope he's able to keep it on the feet, get the win. I would love to see that. Keep my fingers crossed. Not expecting that to happen, but it would be sweet to drive all that way and then see him get like a highlight KO or something. But anyway, wish us luck, wish us safe travels. For all of you that stuck with me after my little, being off for a little while, and then I'm probably going to use this weekend, I appreciate that. I promise to continue to try to give you guys, the best advice on here possible. If you're still on Kratom, you're looking to come off, you're looking to curtail your use, if you're wanting to come off altogether, if that's best for you, or if you're just trying to completely reset your tolerance to where you can only take it every once in a while and not be in this, doing this, with intradose withdrawals from taking it all the time. I'm here to support you on all that. I'm here to support you. Living your life on the terms that you want to live your life on. Okay? All right. That's it. Love you guys. And love you guys. And you won't see me until next Tuesday. I'm off work Monday because I'm driving back on Sunday. I won't be getting back till really late, so I didn't want to try to work the next day. So probably won't do a video on Monday either. So it's going to be Tuesday. Tune back in Tuesday, see how my weekend went, see how I'm feeling, and that's what it is. All right, love you guys. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.